In the
44 white male presidents, 97% white male Congress.
So you're actually the reason why people like us can't do well, because they've sold you our oppression and you bought it. Blacks were doing better under the Jim Crow era.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. In this video, we're going to watch the multi-talented Miss Candace Owens, as well as Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, tackle a woke liberal on the topics of white privilege and pay equity. And please stay tuned till the end of the video, where I will have a clip that I really enjoy of one of the GOATs, Jordan B. Peterson. Let's get into it.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'll start off with my credentials, since apparently they matter.
Oh, they definitely don't matter.
I'm an 8-year military veteran. I'm a college student. I'm a black woman, and I believe that white privilege fucking exists. So we're gonna start with that.
Thank you for your service.
And the reason why white privilege exists is because you guys refuse to acknowledge the history that put people in this position. You want to tell me that white privilege doesn't exist when white people had a fucking upper hand for 250 years to develop generational wealth, and that black people didn't get the right to fucking vote until the 60s, and you're going to tell me that white privilege doesn't exist?
So,
that sounds like it exists because you guys got the upper hand.
What's funny about that is blacks we're doing better during
Why
that
do
time.
we always call people blacks?
No, because you
did.
black.
Can we just be black people? Can we just be like African Americans or something? Why are we just
the black
blacks?
community? How would you like it said? What makes you feel better on the inside?
Really, anything else other than what you're saying?
Tell me. I'll say how you want
Anything
it.
else
I'll package
other
it how you need it. Tell me what makes you feel
Literally anything else other than what you're saying.
Okay,
But please
anything
finish
else.
your point.
Why is that anything else, right? In the Jim Crow era, blacks were doing better. Economically, we're outpacing whites under the Jim Crow era than we were doing.
It probably has to do with the fact that we had our own communities before the fucking KKK came and burned them down.
The KKK were Democrats, but give me a second. So after $22 trillion of government handouts and a black president
after how many years of slavery and 44 white presidents, 44 white male presidents, 97% white male Congress.
So you're actually the reason why people like us can't do well, because they've sold you our oppression and you bought it. Blacks were doing better under the Jim Crow era.
If you acknowledge the oppression of other people, we can heal from it.
No, we
but
can't.
If you want to ignore it, we won't
can't.
have anything happen.
That's not how this works. Dialogue and acknowledging things doesn't make us suddenly rich.
So there's a question I do want to ask, which I can't seem to get an answer. What can she not do in America that a white person can do? What opportunity? You served in the military. You've made good choices.
If you all enjoy watching these woke liberals get destroyed, please consider leaving a thumbs up on the video. It would really, really help me out. Thank you, and now let's get back to the video.
You're getting rewarded for them. You're going to live in the American middle class. What privilege do I have that you don't have that is based on skin color, not on wealth or socioeconomic status? Please.
The fact that you are sitting here with like little to no education trying to talk to people about white privilege is white privilege.
Tell me one thing I said that's wrong, and don't use an argument from authority. Make a good argument.
I have a degree.
Don't
I'm
cite
arguing
your
from
credentials.
authority
I have
because
a
I'm telling
degree.
you my life experience.
That's not your life experience.
Name
That's a
one-
degree.
Really? I'm sorry. Did you live my
thing-
life?
That means nothing.
Did you live my life?
That's a
Name one
degree.
thing
You're not smarter than
that
him
you
because you have a
can't do
degree. Just so you know
that
that.
I
That's a fallacy.
can do.
That's a fallacy.
Name one thing that you can't do that I can do.
I don't know. I can't make a whole fucking dollar.
What? You can't? Why?
Oh my God.
You're trying to tell me in the military women aren't paid the same as men for equal work?
In the military, up until 2 years ago, women weren't even allowed to do most of the jobs that
Answer
men
the question. You just said you couldn't make a dollar. You said you could not make a dollar. You served in the military. Which
Not
is
to mention that people in the military actually get paid a bullshit wage, but we're not going to talk about
So
that.
now we're moving
Yeah,
over
let's
to
talk about.
That has
Let's
nothing
talk
to do
about
with
for a
skin
second
color.
that you want to say that
What-
everyone in the military
what can I not
paid a
do?
shitty
It's a
wage,
feminist
so
lie,
that makes it
radical
right.
feminist lie, and they also sell. There's so many different ways they sell you your oppression, and she has purchased all of them today. So right now we are on sexism, right? So she's saying that I can't make a full dollar. Yes, you can. If women stop going in,
I bet he got
I'm
paid
not
more
done
to be
speaking,
here than
I'm not
you
done
did.
Speaking, okay. If women stop going into career fields like fashion and Vogue and journalism,
psychology.
and we start going into fields like
Engineering.
engineering
Business.
and hard academics,
Finance.
we will make the exact same money that
If
men
not
make.
more.
The wage gap is a myth and a lie. It's a myth and a lie, okay? It's actually a myth and lie. I understand that you need to be oppressed, but you have just heard from two black people that haven't purchased their oppression from the Democrat Party. Respect that.
And what frustrates me is you served our country, which deserves to be applauded, and you have lived a life of a victor, and you have the gumption to tell me you're a victim without evidence. You were not able to cite one thing that you cannot do that I can do. If you make good choices, you will get those choices rewarded. And you brought zero evidence except an argument from an authority and an insult to my lack of a college degree, of which I am so proud of because I'm not indoctrinated because I didn't go to college. Thank you very much. For the next person.
This lady calling Charlie Kirk uneducated is quite laughable. Education has nothing to do with the fact that you went to school. Sure, it might a little bit, but education is about learning. Just because someone went to university and another person didn't, doesn't make the person that went to university any smarter or, quote unquote, more educated. You can teach yourself. Education is about learning. Your life experience will come into play here. There's many factors that go into calling somebody educated. If you just go to university, I remember that scene in Good Will Hunting in the bar where he tells the guy, if you just go to university and regurgitate what you read in the book, you could have just got that education at the library for the cost of a library card. These woke liberals these days, they like to buy into the narrative, as Candace Owens was saying, that they are oppressed. That white privilege and white supremacy is the most evil thing in North America, where if white privilege was so prevalent, why are Asian and Indian Americans from India the wealthiest classes in the country? Not white people. Her point here that men get paid more than women, that the gender pay gap is alive and well, it's not. Men choose careers that pay more money. And look, statistics will show men choose more dangerous work as well. 96% of all work fatalities are to male workers. What these women talk about when they talk about pay equality is what they want. They want equity. They mean the C-suites, right? The positions of power. We've talked about this before. Because if they were willing to work outdoors and do labor jobs, there's a lot of great jobs out there that they could be making tons of money at, that are scalable, that men do, but these jobs are dangerous. They require more hours. They're hard on the body. And they're also career paths that women generally don't go into. I remember when I was younger, I used to work on the oil rigs in Alberta between my semesters of school. Now this paid really, really well, but I don't remember as a roughneck working there in the summertime having any women being represented there at all. And if they wanted to make a boatload of money at the time, that would have been a great job. The fact of the matter is, men are just likely to choose careers that pay more money. Also, if men and women have the same exact job, men are often working more hours. They work more overtime. So at the end of the year, they've made more money. Men are higher represented in the STEMs, which are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These are careers that are generally very scalable. Now, here are some of the higher paying STEM jobs. Mechanical engineering, 91.2% men. Surveying and mapping, 90% men. Electrical and electronic engineers, most engineers for that matter, 87% men. Computer network, the tech jobs, the computer jobs, 88% men. Chemical engineering, 87% men. Now here's the list of some of the highest paying jobs out there. These are in the high 90s, more represented by men than women. If women really wanted to earn more money, you have to really choose a different career. Think about the infrastructure of a big city. All the manual work that needs to be done, the roads being built, the sewers being cleaned, the skyscrapers being risen up. These are all big jobs, high-paying jobs done by men. Now this reminds me of one of my favorite interviews by Jordan Peterson, when the person interviewing him asked, is it okay to be a man? And I'm gonna leave you with this. Thank you for watching. Enjoy Jordan Peterson, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.
Okay, it's necessary. You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They work themselves to death, and often literally. The gratitude for that is sorely lacking, especially among the people who should be most grateful. Social justice bent, who are among the most protected and privileged people the world has ever produced. They take everything they have for granted, failing to understand entirely that there's a massive infrastructure of unbelievably hardworking, solidly laboring, working class men breaking themselves in half on a regular basis, making sure that everything that always breaks works. A little gratitude for that is in order. It's very useful to tell everyone, not just men, that they have an important role to play, a necessary role.